Welcome into another episode of Tailgate Talk SEC. I am Will Thomas, and we have got your SEC basketball midweek preview. I'll be covering the games on both Tuesday and Wednesday. We're just doing these in chronological order. If you have been enjoying my basketball and transfer portal coverage and just want to see more of it, subscribe to me here and follow me on Twitter. I appreciate everybody who already has. And let's get straight into this. Starting off with the Tuesday games, we're just going to go chronologically. Arkansas, the 15th ranked team in the country, travels to Oklahoma, and the Hogs are laying 2.5 points. It's a short number. That was my first thought, that this is a really short number for a team as good as Arkansas playing a team as underwhelming as Oklahoma, right? I mean, Arkansas, they just survived at home against LSU. Now they have to go on the road. And Oklahoma just lost a total heartbreaker versus Missouri, where they gave up two buzzer beaters in regulation and then in overtime to lose that one. Now they get to come home. And Oklahoma, they're not currently in the bracket field at all, per Joe Lenardi. Arkansas is up there as a 5 seed. Oklahoma has been the better rebounding team, though. And you can't get beat on the glass if you're going to try and pull an upset. You have to win the battles there. It's like sort of the foundation for any sort of upset. But can Oklahoma possibly stop Darius Acuff? He's averaging over 20 points per game, 6 assists, 50, 78, and 42 shooting splits. He's the best player on the floor by a ton. And it's not even close. Arkansas is by far the more talented team. They have the better, best player, the better coach, all of that, only favored by 2.5. It's such a tricky spot on the road, and in college basketball especially. I mean, I believe in buildings. I just believe in home court advantage, really deciding a lot of these games. Oklahoma's not going to have that much of an atmosphere. I mean, you've seen the pictures and just watching some of their home games, like there's not a good turnout. This is not going to be like a normal home court advantage for an underdog situation. I just don't think that Oklahoma fans are really going to show up because they haven't so far this year. So because of that, I'm going to stick with Arkansas. I think the Hogs pull it out. If I had any confidence that Oklahoma was going to have an 80% capacity crowd, I'd probably pick them. I just don't. I just don't, given how they've looked so far this year in the stands. So I'm going to go with Arkansas to get a win on the road at Oklahoma. Missouri goes to Alabama, who is ranked 23rd in the country. Bama's laying 10.5 here. Missouri is currently one of the next four teams out. Bama is currently listed as a 5 seed. This is a massive resume game for the Tigers. They just came off, like I said before, that emotional miracle win at home against Oklahoma. They really shouldn't have won. Now you have to go on the road to a Bama team who just lost a highly competitive game against Tennessee on their own home floor. I'm on sledgehammer alert here. Bama is scoring 11 more points per game. They're making 5 more threes per game, grabbing 6 more boards. I think it's that simple. You get a bounce back for Alabama. Will they be looking ahead to their trip to Florida this weekend? I would say maybe if they had beaten Tennessee. Because they lost to Tennessee, this game becomes even more important at home against Missouri, Fortin Oates and his guys. So I think Alabama cruises. I think they do. I'll think them to win and cover that 10.5. Give me the Tide at home. Now, the final game tonight is Kentucky at number 18, Vandy. Vandy's laying 6.5. Doors are a 4 seed projection right now. Kentucky is a 7. This is obviously a big time data point for both schools getting a quad one opportunity against another tournament team. Vandy at home. They've beaten Alabama, they beat LSU, and they played a really, really good game in that competitive loss to Florida. Kentucky on the road. They lost to Bama, had the miracle win versus LSU, and then beat Tennessee. Those LSU and Tennessee games for Kentucky on the road, they're wins. Wins are wins. They're incredibly impressive. They got off to a really slow start in both of them. I mean, they were down by double digits plus in both of those games, and they were able to overcome it. I don't know if you can get away with that against Vanderbilt, especially not a Vanderbilt team who is now right back into prove it mode, chip on their shoulder because of the slow start they've had in conference play. So they're gonna give Kentucky their best shot here. This is not a situation where Vandy might sleepwalk into this. They need to win some games. They do. They had a hot start. They've been slow. They need to prove people wrong and go win some games. So they're going to come out swinging. The Wildcats, they're getting much better. Mark Pope has that team playing a much better version of basketball than they were just a few weeks ago. I don't know if they have all the holes plugged yet. So because of that, and I'm worried about a slow start, maybe them falling behind by like 12 or 15 points, give me Vandy at home. I think they win and they cover the 6.5 as home favorites. Moving on to Wednesday, this first game here, Mississippi State at LSU. My first note is just ew. I think one stat really defines this game. LSU is fourth in the SEC in field goal percentage at 49. Mississippi State is dead last at 44. I don't like that going on the road at all. Obviously, you're the worst shooting team in the conference going on the road. There's always going to be cause for concern. What could make it interesting, though, is that Mississippi State has been the better rebounding team. So if they miss more shots, that could be totally rendered useless if the Bulldogs are able to then grab those rebounds. Right? Can they out rebound the Tigers and take advantage of missed shots, ironically, and get easy tap ins at the rim? I'm going to rock with LSU because of the shooting percentages and just because I do think the Tigers are the better overall team. But Mississippi State, if they're going to make it interesting, is going to be on the glass. You'll see them win the rebounding battle by like 8 or 9 to really try and get an upset bid here in Baton Rouge. Tennessee at Georgia. This is going to be a fun one. Tennessee is currently a 6 seed. Georgia is projected as an 8. The Vols just won that game in Tuscaloosa, and Georgia lost a bad one at Texas. I've deemed this game Mike White time. I have no stats or numbers in my cap here. I'm not diving into specific player matchups. I'm not diving into team versus team, rebounding, shooting percentage, nothing. This is Mike White time. He just lost a road game against a team that he's probably better than in bad fashion, where his offense didn't show up. They lost by, I think it was like 20 or something points. Now you're going to come home, and he's going to beat a team that's probably better than his. Georgia's beating Tennessee on Wednesday. It's written. This is the Mike White formula. He just lost a road game in bad fashion. Now he's going to come home against a better coach and probably a better team, and they're going to win this game by 12. They are. They're going to win this game by 12. I think that Georgia gets a big tourney resume win at home against the Vols here. Tennessee still kind of stuttering just a little bit, but that win against Bama was big for their confidence. I just think that they dropped this one at Georgia because of the spot play. Texas at Auburn. This game's going to be fun. Texas is coming off of a dominant home win versus Georgia, and Auburn is coming off their best game of the year, manhandling Florida for 40 minutes, really. Texas is in there as the last 4 in preliminary, and Auburn is as a 7 seed. I'm incredibly excited for this game. So Keyshawn Hall for Auburn, their superstar. He had 24 points on Saturday against Florida, going 3 of 5 from deep. Can he do that again? He's put together elite performances back to back in SEC play already, having one spot where he put up 30 plus in back to back games. So there's really no reason to assume that he can't again, right? Like there's no reason that he can't go put up 25 or something in this game at home. I want a Tremont Mark game for Texas. He's averaging 13.8 points per game this year. His best game so far was on Saturday against Georgia. He had 23, I think. Have your veteran guard take over and lead your team. If you're Texas, just give Mark the ball, let him take over, let him do what he can do. Because if Texas is going to win this game in an upset fashion, Tremont Mark's got to give him 25. I think he does. So I'm looking for a Tremont Mark game from Texas, but the jungle. Texas isn't a highly ranked team. It's not a rivalry. It's going to be on a Wednesday, not a Saturday or anything. Get up for this one. If you're the Auburn fans, get up and make the jungle because the Florida win really should turn Auburn's season around. Stephen Pearl said it pregame for him. It has to, come to fruition now. The fans have got to get up and give the team some juice for this game to make sure that they don't sleepwalk through this. So give me Auburn. I think Auburn gets done at home. If Texas has a chance, because it should be a good game, it's got to be through Tremont Mark. And the final game of this midweek session here, Florida at South Carolina. The Gators just got spanked at home. They are still projected as a 4 seed by Lenardi for now. And South Carolina just isn't good. The Gamecocks are the worst rebounding team in the SEC. Todd Golden is great off a loss, and we know how those bigs play, with the exception of Saturday against Auburn. This could get ugly. I like the Gators a lot to go get a win in Columbia. Now, it is on the road. It is on the road, so we'll see what happens, but I do like Florida a lot with a lot of confidence here. I think they're going to dominate the glass against a really bad rebounding team in South Carolina. I like the Gators off a loss under Golden. Give me Florida, and that'll do it for the midweek games this week in the SEC. If you did enjoy this video, this preview coverage, subscribe to me here and follow me on Twitter. I have been Will Thomas, and thank you for watching this episode of Tailgate Talk SEC.